This video shows how to add a toolbar in your Android application and how to find the elements there, drop some elements in there and get them at runtime, or how to hide and show the toolbar. So before I begin, you will find the code as a link on below my website, below the video, and it's coded. It's written in codedoku.com. Okay, now first I start with the code itself, or how to get. Let's do it in a completely new application. So we do it test toolbar, and I'll show you how to edit into your application. We take the empty activity. Now the empty activity runs up. So that's system comes up. Now we have under the resources layout always our activity main. So this is our activity. That's what we see here. We have it here, and the easiest way to add that point is under the containers. You drop it into your application. Now when we start with this in Android Studio 3 point something, it's 3.2, then you always get as a layout here, you get the constraint layout. It's not relative layout anymore, it's a constraint, and as you see there is always those underlined which says okay, its view is not constrained. So we start with this one. You take that stuff on to the top, and then you click on this one. This means it connects your lines to the your toolbar, to your application, to your activity. And then we take, for example, in this case, an input, plain text view. Where's it? Edit text. That's it. So we may take something, type something in there, and also again, you take that stuff. You may the constraint happens here when you click on there, and you bind it to something. So okay, and okay, and then I also take a button. Let's take an image button or OK button. Let's say this one. That's a constraining. And then I say here on that point, either here on the text mode, let's say this one. And you will also see when you're in design time, now it looks quite nice. Point is that you also have to take this one. You have to embed your stuff in there, and then you say this is the end of our toolbars, and it drops Android support version 7 widget toolbar in there, so you only need the toolbar as far as I know. Okay, that's the point now. And you will see it still works there. Now for that demonstration, we take an edit field or a label. So let's take a label in there, text view. Also drop it somewhere on there and there. And now we move it on somewhere there, and we say my text is my input start, for example, start empty. And we give it a name after this, and we also make a button to hide and show that point. Well, first we'll start with this one. Okay, we have this button, and the button should say set that value. So we have a toolbar. You always want to do something on your toolbar and drop it modify something which is inside. So we go there again, we have now our button, and the button has here, for example, the ID button. So that's the everything which is inside the toolbar. So there's also the hello there. At this point we don't need this. There's the toolbar. We place that toolbar, and inside the toolbar is an edit. There's a edit text, for example, ID edit text. Input, let's say input field, and we have here that button, and this is called button start or button take, button set, button start, watch us. And then we say okay here. As soon as we type on our button, we want button start on click, for example. Now we need this on click method needs on the other side the create button start on click, and this one jumps onto here to the main activity. So this is the code which is behind the button. And now we say, in this example, we want to say that as soon as you type on there, as soon as you have an edit in here, you want to drop that stuff on there. So it's a table, for example, and so on. So we say edit view, edit text. That's the, let's say, input, for example, equals find by ID resources ID, and then we said it's called input field. So by this we take the input field, and now we say string as text, that's the input, equals input get text. No, what happens here? This one. I see this doesn't work straight, so you have to go. It says Java language string is not the editable, so we say toString. Okay, and we want to place it here on our label, which is the target label, for example. So this is our, there it is, text view. Text view means label in Android. We say label target. Okay, and then we say how text view label equals find by ID resources ID, and then we say it label target, and by this we say as soon as that what we have from our toolbar, we want to show this in our label, and then we say set text is string text, this one which we have got here. So now it's time to start this, show this or run it. We run it on my application on my smartphone, which is connected with USB cable. System runs there. Now that's the application test toolbar. That's my test input. Test input. And as soon as I click on there, the element which is inside the toolbar will be found, and the text will be transmitted to the output. This looks quite beautiful, but we also need here in our main design, we want a button there which shows and hides the toolbar. So we go there. Easiest way on there is to take a button, drop it on there, and then take an image like this one. Where is it? The toolbar, this one, which means for tool. Like this one. Let's say this one. So we have now a button here, and you also should take this constraint to the top, for example, move it on there, and now we go to the text and we say, where's our new button? Our new button is, that's the image button. The new one is the image button, and we say there on click we want the button toolbar hide and show. On click, and then we go there again. We say this one, create that event, and now we say toolbar, small toolbar, my toolbar equals find by ID, and now the stuff was called RID toolbar. That's the one which we had there. So this is called toolbar one, for example. And then we say if my small toolbar get visibility equals visible, then do something else, and then we say if it's visible, we want the toolbar to be set visibility invisible, or we say toolbar set visibility visible. So that's it. Now we run it in our application. System does its job. Now when we click on there, puff. Now when we click on it, it comes up. We may be able to enter something, enter, and set that stuff. We hide it. As soon now the job will be done when we click on there, and then this toolbar comes up, and there are some additional advices. As I told you, the code is here on my application, on my notready.net. It's on kudoku.com, and you find the link below your below the video.